Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Check Me. Let's cover the Sixers Celtics game where Philadelphia went into Boston, went to the Garden, and stole Game 1. I always want to mention that, first of all, the series is, even though I'm a Sixers fan, it's 7 games, best of 7. So, it's a long series. You just get one. We're happy we stole one, but we can easily lose one at home, and I think home court advantage is important. But you see teams, still one or still, two at different places. Like, for example, the Golden State Warriors lost the first 2 games to Sacramento, and end up being Sacramento in a 7-game series. They should be in 6. But I want to cover this game. The first thing I want to mention is we often forget about how good James Harden actually is. This is the type of basketball that James Harden likes to play, and he's played this type of basketball with a supporting cast, but not with pure scorers supporting cast. I think that he has had a supporting cast when he's the number 1 guy with Russell Westbrook. But Russell Westbrook, we know he's a utility. He's an all-purpose guy. He can do it all, not just a guy who likes to get to the rim and straight score. With Toby and Maxey, I think these are 2 guys that come in and can provide immediate scoring assistance. And then Melton coming off the bench. And even though the Sixers only went 3 deep in the bench, I feel like they have a deep bench. I feel like they have a lot of guys that can plug and play. They have experience as well on the bench that can come in and make an impact. For example, Korkmaz, Milton, Montrezl Harrell. These are all guys that have experience. Even House Jr. Who can come in and make a quick impact. I think so. The Sixers won this game mainly, of course, because of Harden. But if you know the Boston Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla, he is a X's and O's guy. He understands the game. Though he connects well with the players. He is an X and O guy. And I think that a lot of times you see a lot in football where teams will game plan for a particular player or a particular scheme, and then all of a sudden someone drops out, and then the team looks like the first half that looks like they don't know what's going on. I think that was the case here. Before the game, we heard Joel Embiid's not going to play. When you've been watching film and game planning for a certain style, certain feel player against, when it comes to the Sixers playing with Joel Embiid, you're not expecting, the narrative was James Harden didn't have the juice in him. But we all know James Houston Harden has the juice in him. Though I was not optimistic when James Harden came in looking like a character from the Monsters, Inc. But he came in and did his thing. Scoring 45 points. Having 7 3-pointers, 6 assists. He went in there and he did what he was specifically supposed to do, and led the team in assists as well too. I thought that Jason Tatum, this game could have easily went the other way, and. Yeah, it was a close game. You don't want to keep a team close on your floor, but Tatum missed a lot of buckets around a rim that he won't normally make. He was getting to the rim easy, but he missed a lot of buckets. At one point, I was like, "Hey, it's okay if he gets to the rim because he's not finishing." The Sixers are athletic, just like the Celtics, but they got scores on their team as well too. Jaylen Brown. I thought he could have took a lot more shots, even though he was wildly efficient. 8 for 10, 3 for 4 from the 3-point line. He could have shot more. If you're 8 for 10 and you're a scorer, you gotta shoot more. I think Marcus Smart started taking care of some of the offense. Started being aggressive on offense versus Brown. I think he should have been a lot more aggressive. Tatum was attacking the rim. He played the most minutes, 44. But this is going to be a chess match. Do I expect because I don't think Joel Embiid's going to play for playing game 2. Do I expect the Sixers to do this and James Harden to have the same type of game? I wouldn't put it past me if they do. I don't know if James Harden's going to score 45. I was saying whenever they switched Al Horford, now Al Horford can be critical when Joel Embiid comes back, but now Al Horford, he was a defensive liability. When he switched off, whenever he switched off of, and got on James Harden, it was easy pickings. If he played him close, he would go past him. If he, sagged a little bit, he would shoot over him. So I think that, of course, that bonehead move in the game, when he passed the ball to Tyrese Maxey and he got the easy score. But, I think that, the Celtics. If the Sixers go play with this lineup with their one, Reed, who came in and knocked down big free throws, he had 13 rebounds, 10 points. Coming in and doing and doing that, I think is great. That's James Harden's played with guys like that before. James Harden's played with guys where they weren't the best big man, but they will come in. They know how to finish around the rim. So I do expect Montrezl Harrell to get more minutes this second game, because when you talk about the screen and roll, and they start doubling or putting more focus on Harden, it's a straight up oop. He did the same thing with Capella in Houston. Joel Embiid's not that type of player. Even though Joel Embiid's capable, he's not that type of player. Joel Embiid's a guy's gonna get you in a low post, high post. He's gonna work his footwork. He can play facing the rim, behind, back to the rim. Joel Embiid's, I would say, the MVP of this series, of this league. So I think the fact that we forgot how James Harden played, and they were game planning, seeing film on a team consistently with the X's and O's coach consistently throughout leading up to the playoffs, and then Joel Embiid not playing. I thought that allowed Philadelphia to get a jump on them, but I don't put it past Philadelphia. You got PJ Tucker, who has, even though he has 0 points, he plays meaningful minutes. He plays good defense. You want to offer that defensive model down the floor. Toby's a scorer. Maxi's a scorer, and you got Melton coming off the bench. I mean, you have the recipe for success. I want to mention Brogdon come off the bench. 9 for 16. Point guard. You don't expect that typically have a point guard, but he scored quite a bit, and White kind of. Was his minutes were decreased this series, but I do expect Boston to win, but I don't think I would be surprised if it's a blowout, and I wouldn't be surprised if the 76ers go and make it a competitive game again. So I'm excited to see what happens. Once again, I'm a Sixers fan, so I want us to do well, and I'm looking forward to just seeing some good basketball. But of course, Philadelphia taking it, and Joel getting back because we'll need him. Yeah, we'll see what happens.